What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shades Tube. Today is Wednesday, March the 1st. Happy March, y'all. And happy born day to all my March babies. All righty. All righty. I hope you guys had a great Wednesday today. Um, I had to change my time on my live because like always, I didn't go to work today, but I had a lot of stuff to do. I had to take my son to the dentist to get his teeth cleaned. And then I was going to the mall, y'all, and it started snowing out here. Okay. It started snowing. It started snowing really, really bad. Hey, Missy. And so I decided not to go out to the mall to Orange. I think that's Orange County. Not Orange County. I mean Orange, California. I decided not to go there, but we ended up going to another mall that's close to me. And I had a good time there, y'all. I went and got me a massage. Actually, I got the reflexology to my feet. And y'all should try that out. Okay. Y'all should try that out. Okay. Because it really does feel good. And then I got a massage not on my shoulders and neck. Then I got a hand massage. Y'all need to try that out too. Because that hand massage does wonders. That reflexology and that hand massage, those two things right there does wonders. And then the head massage, the scalp, and then that neck and shoulder. Oh man, it's like you're in a whole nother world or something when you get those massages and stuff. Then I went to T-Mobile steak stuff, right? I went to T-Mobile and I ended up getting another phone. I upgraded my phone actually because the man made so much. Last time when I went to get a case for my phone, he was like, "Why don't you get you a newer phone? Why don't you upgrade your phone?" So I decided to go ahead and upgrade the phone, and I did that today. So I didn't transfer all my stuff over because certain things I don't want on my new phone. So I just let him transfer stuff from 30 days. And I still got my other phone. I didn't trade my other phone in because I like to keep my original phones and stuff because the camera on that phone is good too. So I'll use that phone for my videos and things like that, and stuff. And then I went to H&M. Y'all bought me this cute I was looking for overalls everywhere. And I finally found them, right? And I bought me some cute little overalls. I got to try them on and see how they look. Because if they don't look right, I'm taking them back. And I got me a pink shirt. I've been looking for a pink shirt for the longest. I mean, I got one in the closet, but I wanted a different type one, to go with my purse over there, my pink and black purse. So I got that shirt, and it's super cute. And then I got me, what else did I get? I bought, that's all, really that's all. And then I went to pick up my other purse and stuff. And y'all know I love purses, okay? And I love purses. That's crazy. And something else that I did, I can't remember, but yeah, it was a long day. And then tomorrow I need to take my car and get the filters changed, okay? And then I have to get a rotation and check the brakes, make sure those are good and stuff, and do that. And I still need to go back to Nissan and let them check what that clucks that Chick-fil-A did. I need to let them check that. And hopefully, I'm trying not to take these people to court. They think it's late, but it's not too late. They don't know I be knowing those laws. Because, me and the manager got into like a little argument because they waste stuff in my car down the door thing. And I think they like knocked out the blew the fuse or something. So anyway, I got to take that to Nissan, let them check that out to make sure that's what it is. And if it's nothing serious, I may not take their ass to court, but if it is something else, I'm taking their ass to court, and I'm not joking. And I still got the police number and all that stuff because he said I can call him up and he could be my witness and stuff like that if need be and things like that. And so yeah, so I got to do that. And what else did I do? Something else I did. I can't remember. But that massage, y'all, was off the chain. That massage was off the chain, man. And let me tell you something. The other day I got my eyebrows not needle, what you call that, threaded. Y'all, I always get them threaded. And every time I get them threaded, I be like, damn, them think that hurts. Yeah, I actually think waxing is better because the waxing hurt too, but not like when they be threaded with that damn thread and stuff. That should be like, they be stinging and stuff. And then afterwards it stings for a minute too. So I mean, I did the thread and it looks pretty good. I just need to learn how to shape my eyebrows a little bit better. Because I don't know what I be doing. Y'all be looking tripped out sometimes. That's why I'm glad these glasses be hiding those the eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? So you won't see them like on that picture right there. No telling what those eyebrows look like. That's why I got them glasses on. Because when I be messing up my eyebrows, you don't really see them and stuff. But yeah, I cannot shape those. You know how you outline your eyebrows when you get them done? and my eyebrows are really light. They have always been like that. So I darken mine up with a brown pencil. But y'all, sometimes I do them good, and sometimes my eyebrows be looking a hot mess, and I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I had a good day today, y'all, and I hope you guys did too. Again, happy born day to all of my March babies. Happy and blessed March, okay, month of March. Also, guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any upcoming videos. And if you're watching this in the replay, don't forget to leave a comment. And you too, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up my videos, okay? All right, so tonight, guys, of course, I'm gonna go over breaking news and the Black history thing that I want to tell you guys about. But I'm also gonna go over this other little crazy stuff that I found. I thought it would be a good topic to discuss. Okay, so we're gonna do that too. Let me see who else is in here. Trying to wait to see if anybody's gonna come in. Then we're gonna go ahead and start with our, you know what we get ready to start off with. I want to say it. Let me see if I can do one on here without getting a copyright strike, because you know they be tripping and stuff. So this is my other phone that you hear in the background, okay? So it's running off my Wi-Fi, because you know when they take the SIM card out and put it into the other phone. I got like 50,000 cell phones. I need to get rid of some of them. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can do this YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get a breaking news sound effect. And we're gonna do that first. And I'm gonna hurry up and go through this. I'm not gonna tell you all of the breaking news, y'all, because I never have time, but I am gonna go over some breaking news, okay? No, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Let me turn the sound off over here. Wait. Okay, because you know, these people be tripping out with YouTube copyright stuff. Okay, anyway, let me do the copyright disclaimer. Everything in my video is protected by the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976 that allows us to use material for entertainment purposes, research, educational, what else? To give opinions, commentary, and teaching purposes, okay? That disclaimer will be down below because I always forget exactly what it says, but it will be down below like always and within the comments section, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and start off with the breaking news first, y'all. Let's go ahead and play this sound effect. Let's see how it sounds. Let me turn this phone up. This is funny. I'm always doing all this weird stuff. Wait, let's see. Watch this. Y'all, I tell you, every time I try to do it, it's always an ad. It's always a daggone ad, y'all. Let's go. Okay, we're going to stop it right there because we don't need no copyright thing. Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news, okay? It's a good thing that I don't drink or smoke or anything because I be tripping out, y'all. I was like, let me cut this off because their asses be tripping out with these telling you to take stuff out your video or they block it, just be tripping out. And I don't got time to be editing these videos all the damn time, taking stuff out of it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go with the breaking news. All right, so here we go, y'all. Let's get going with this breaking news. All right. And let me let y'all trolls know. Any trolls that come up here tonight, we're not going to play no games. I'm blocking immediately. Okay? I mean, immediately. Okay? And that's on everything. All right? It's on everything. Okay. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and do this. Wait. So let me see. Trying to see which one I want to read. Wait a minute, y'all. Okay, so a teen, y'all. Let me turn this music down so I can try to read this like an actual a reporter to the best of my ability. Okay, abilities. Let me change glasses too, y'all. Let me do that as well so I can be able to see real good. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be able to see real good here. All right. All right, y'all. This is Sharon's news. All right. So here we go. All right. So according to an article in Newsbreak, okay, a teen loses legs and fingers, y'all, after eating leftover noodles. Okay. A 19-year-old man identified in a YouTube video as JC had his fingers and legs amputated after eating leftover noodles. Let me close this door a little bit. Now I remember seeing a story like this on TikTok. I thought he was lying though, but I guess he isn't. Um, he said after eating chicken, rice, and lo mein leftovers he had purchased from a restaurant. Before he got admitted to the hospital, his skin had assumed no, not assumed, assumed a purplish colorization. Okay, this was preceded by chills, weakness, chest pain, shortness of breath, neck stiffness, and blurry vision. Blood and urine samples show that he had an infection caused by a bacteria. Here's this bacteria now, okay? Neisseria meningitis dis. I never heard of this before in my life. Let me put that up there, okay? It is called, let's see, Neisseria meningitis. Never heard of this before. So this guy had this bacteria right there on the screen in his system. It got into his bloodstream, unleashing some very bad symptoms, including purpura fulminans, which is a condition in which many blood clots form throughout the body. These clots can cut blood circulation to your skin, fingers, arms, and legs. Eventually, the clots can block major and critical organs, such as the liver, kidneys, lungs, and even the heart itself. People can pick up the bacteria by inhaling droplets from kissing or sharing food or utensils with an infected person. Symptoms typically appear 3 to 4 days after infection, although it can take up to 10 days. His friend with whom he shared the leftovers got sick, although his condition did not become life threatening. Okay. Some standard some standard things you can do to avoid food spoilage include not letting it stay out for more than 2 hours after being cooked, storing food, storing 40 degrees and under in a refrigerator, and using it within 3 to 4 days. Okay. So they do have a disclaimer here. They said this article was written for educational and informational purposes only. Okay, so that's what happened, y'all. I mean, they got this up on TikTok, and I'm thinking that it may not even be true, but it could be, because when they put that disclaimer up there, I don't know if it's true or not. This is what the dude said on TikTok. They got the article from there, so I'm assuming that it is true. Let's see. So they have another case too. Tim Tripp said the case where you are talking about the whole family dying after eating bad pasta that they let get old is because apparently their parents, grandparents, and others, even the schools, did not educate them properly. So somebody else, the whole family must have died after eating bad pasta that was old. And they had it on a picnic. I guess they brought it back home. And you know how people do, be eating food that's been in the refrigerator for 5 and 6 days, like something is wrong with them. Goodness. Okay, it's me 123 said you don't get meningitis, and they spelled that wrong because I was trying to figure out what were they saying. This I don't know what is this because I'm thinking it's supposed to be meningitis, and they got in this article they must have misspelled. I don't know. I'm just reading what they put in the article. It says, it's me said you don't get meningitis from eating noodles. You contract it from an infected person. This article is ridiculous. But they didn't say, right. This lady right here said the same thing that I said. They said Neisseria or Neisseria Gytidides or whatever shit. And it is a foodborne bacteria. Wait a minute, she said, wait. This lady said the name of the stuff, and then she said, this is a foodborne bacteria. You fool. She said people sometimes call it fried rice poisoning because you can get it from rice left out too long. But pasta is another bad culprit. Read on something before you comment. Okay. I'm Stacy. Stacy ain't playing. Okay. Rosary said this story is written as a warning. Certain foods that sit out a fridge too long can be poisonous to humans. Okay. So anyway, like I said, if it's true, like I said, people got to realize you cannot be eating food that's been sitting out all day, going day and night, or you put in the refrigerator for days at a time, and then thinking it's good for you to eat. That's why I don't really eat leftovers. Okay, when I do, it's very rare. But when I do, sorry about that, y'all. Y'all know I'm eating. I usually it's like chicken, and I usually eat it the next day because I don't really like leftovers. Okay, point blank. But like chicken, I'll eat sometimes, or you know, what else? One time I think I did the pizza thing, but it never tastes like it did the day before. So I don't like doing pizza leftover. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story. So my prayers are extended out to that dude, and hopefully he'll be okay. I mean, I think he had to have some things cut off his legs or something. I can't remember. So my prayers are with him and his family. Okay, so y'all, a 0-calorie sweetener is linked to heart attacks and stroke. This is what a study indicates. Okay, so let's go ahead and read about that real quick. A sugar replacement called let me write that up here, y'all, because I know I'm going to butcher this word once again. What is it? ERYTHRITOL. I need to put my Google thing up here so I can know how to pronounce these words. Let's just call this erythritol. I don't know what this is. Erythritol. I don't know. Erythritol. Okay, I'm calling that. It's probably not that. Okay, but anyway, it's used to add bulk or sweeten stevia. Stevia is that I think stevia is that artificial sugar, right? Okay, it's also used to add bulk to monk fruit and keto reduced sugar products. Okay, well anyway, that replacement thing right there, erythritol or whatever, or whatever, I don't know how you pronounce that, but y'all sit up there. Anyway, that right there has been linked to blood clotting, stroke, heart attacks, death. Well, heart attack in death, according to a new study. The degree of risk was not modest, said lead study author Dr. Stanley Hazen, which is the director of the Center for Cardiovascular Diagnostic and Prevention at the Cleveland Clinic Lerner Research Institute. Okay, people with existing risk factors for heart disease, such as diabetes, were twice as likely to experience a heart attack or a stroke if they had the highest levels of that sugar in their blood. Well, not the sugar, but this, whatever this is, in their blood, according to a study published Monday in the journal Nature Medicine. If your blood level of y'all, I need to find out what this damn word says. Let me go ask Google because this is ridiculous. They keep on saying the word and I still don't know what it says. Let's see. Let's see what this word, how you pronounce this. This is the best way to do it. Pronounce this word right here, ERYTHRITOL. Let's see how you pronounce this. Let's see, y'all. This you. Erythritol. Okay, let me do it again. Erythritol. What did I call it before? I said I don't know. What did I say before? I think I said something like that, though. Erythritol. Let's see. Erythritol. Okay. So I got it. So anyway, if your blood level of erythritol was in the top 25% compared to the bottom 25%, there was about a twofold higher risk of heart attack and stroke. It is on par with the strongest of cardiac risk factors like diabetes. Additional lab and animal research presented in the paper revealed that erythritol appeared to be causing blood platelets to clot more easily. Clots can break off and travel to the heart, triggering a heart attack, or to the brain, triggering a stroke. Wow. This definitely sounds like an alarm, said Dr. Andrew Freeman, Director of Cardiovascular Prevention and Wellness at National Jewish Health, a hospital in Denver. There appears to be a clotting risk from using erythritol, Freeman said, and obviously more research is needed. But in an abundance of caution, it might make sense to limit erythritol in your diet for now. Okay. In response to the study, the Calorie Control Council told CNN that the results of this study are contrary to decades of scientific research showing reduced calorie sweeteners like erythritol are safe, as evidenced by global regulator regulatory permissions for their use in foods and drinks. Okay, so they're still looking at this. Okay, so erythritol is like sorbitol and xylitol. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol. Okay, a carb found naturally in many fruits and veggies. It has about 70% of the sweeteners of sugars and is considered zero calorie, according to experts. Okay, so erythritol is a sugar alcohol. I'm trying to figure out if that's in the non-sugary stuff that I eat. And if it is, let me screenshot this so I can remember. I'm gonna stop eating that because I don't heck no. Okay, they love to make all this artificial stuff, and then you find out that it causes other side effects or other illnesses. So they said that those artificial manufactured non-sugary things, those sugar alcohols, they don't spike your blood sugar and they have less of a laxative effect than some other sugar alcohols. Because y'all know certain sugar alcohols, like the one I got over there with the Hershey's chocolate, if you eat a bunch of those, it'll make you have like diarrhea. Okay. So erythritol looks like sugar, it tastes like sugar, and you can bake with it. Okay. It becomes the sweetheart of the food industry, an extremely popular additive to keto and other low carb products and foods marketed to people with diabetes. Some of the diabetes labeled foods are looked at. No, some of the diabetes labeled foods we looked at have more erythritol than any other items by weight. Erythritol is also the largest ingredient by weight in many natural stevia and monk fruit products. Because stevia and monk fruit are about 200 to 400 times sweeter than sugar, just a small amount is needed in any product. The bulk of the product is erythritol, which adds the sugar-like crystalline appearance and texture consumers expect. The discovery of the connection between erythritol and cardiovascular issues was by accident. They say they never expected this. Okay, they weren't even looking for it. What he was looking for unknown chemicals or compounds in a person's blood that might predict their risk for a heart attack, stroke, or death in the next 3 years. And to do so, the team began analyzing 1,157 blood samples in people at risk for heart disease collected between 2004 to 2011. They found this substance that seemed to play a big role, but we didn't know what it was, Hazen said. Then we discovered it was erythritol, a sweetener. The human body naturally creates erythritol, but in a very low amount. that would not account for the levels they measured, he said. To confirm the findings, Hazin's team tested another batch of blood samples from over 2,100 people in the United States. And then he did it in an additional 833 samples gathered by colleagues in Europe through 2018. About three-quarters of the people in all three populations had coronary disease or high blood pressure, and about a fifth had diabetes, Hazen said. Over half were male and in their 60s and 70s. In all three populations, researchers found that higher levels of erythritol were connected to a greater risk of heart attack, stroke, or death within 3 years. Wow. But why? To find out, researchers did further animal and lab tests and discovered that erythritol was provoking enhanced thrombosis, y'all, or clotting in the blood, Hazen said. Clotting is necessary in the human body, or we would bleed to death from cuts and injuries. The same process is constantly happening internally as well. Our blood vessels are always under pressure, and we spring leaks, and blood platelets are constantly plunging these holes all the time, Hazen said. However, the size of the clot made by platelets depend on the size of the trigger that stimulates the cell. For example, if the trigger is only 10%, then you only get a 10% of a clot. Okay. But what we are seeing with erythritol is the platelets become super responsive. A mere 10% stimulant produces 90% to 100% of clot formation. Dang. Wait, I'm trying to turn this light back on. But what we are seeing, wait, I already read that. For people who are at risk for clotting or heart attacks and stroke, like people with existing cardiac disease or people with diabetes, I think that there's sufficient data here to say stay away from that right there, erythritol, until more studies are done. Okay, so that's what they said, y'all. So I don't know if I want to be eating that. I don't have diabetes, but still, just listening to that. So I'm gonna have to look at my stuff to make sure it doesn't include erythritol in it. Because let me screenshot that. I think I already did. Yeah, because that's not good. That's a damn shame. Actually, they be putting all these things and stuff trying to replace sugar, and it's good for if you have diabetes, so your sugar won't increase or whatever the case is, but it may be making you more prone to having a heart attack or either a stroke. And that's sad. Mm-mm-mm. Well, Lauren said the secret to a healthy diet is eat normal, whole foods that people have been eating since the dawn of time. Eggs are okay. Milk is okay. Regular sugar is okay. Just do it in moderation. And I agree with that, just moderation. I mean, even though sugar do cause inflammation and can trigger other things as well, but still just moderation. Can be overdoing it. But you know what, y'all? Like I told y'all before, sugar is in so many products in the grocery stores, just like sodium. So it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just going to stay away from that right there because I don't have time, to be increasing my risk for anything. Even though I don't have sugar diabetes, I'm just saying, how how do they not know that it doesn't cause some effect in people who don't have sugar diabetes? You know what I'm saying? And I don't need them coming back 6 years from now saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to stop. Let's check it out. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let's go to the next story, y'all. So they say you want to live longer, you need to sleep. Okay, get some sleep. Let me get some water so I can actually read this correct. My mouth is so dry. Wait. So they said that not getting enough sleep could be shortening your life. A new study suggests. According to research from the American College of Cardiologists, once again, released Thursday. Getting the right amount of good sleep each night can play a role in heart and overall health, which could in turn add years to your life. The data also suggests that about 8% of deaths could be attributed to poor sleep patterns. So Dr. Frank Kwan said that sleeping impacts many aspects of health, from hormone and metabolism to mental health and memory. From his and his team study, he was most surprised with the life expectancy gain just by getting enough sleep. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night is something that you really want to aim for. Okay. Um, Now you say some of these other things are improvements, but when I read them, these are not improvements. But I know the one in particular that is that is beneficial is getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night. And y'all know I don't begin 7 to 8, so I'm about to start practicing doing that. Okay. And he said you should basically be waking up feeling rested at least 5 days a week. Okay. And even though when I don't sleep 7 to 8 hours, y'all, I still wake up feeling good. Okay, which is kind of scary because I can stay up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then get back up at 8 and don't even be tired. But the thing is like even though I don't be tired or anything like that, just like if y'all don't, you still need to try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep because it adds life. It adds years to your life. Okay, you don't want to just decrease your years or get sick because not getting enough sleep. You can also develop hypertension. If you have hypertension, it can definitely make it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a headache today. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I went to get a massage and stuff. So you just definitely got to get enough sleep. Let's see what else they say here. They said about more than a third of Americans don't get enough sleep like they should. The study found that those who reported meeting all 5 of the sleep measures listed, life expectancy was 4.7 years greater for men and 2.4 years greater for women if they get that 7 to 8 hours of sleep most nights. I would say every night, but definitely at least 5 or the 7. It says for those getting enough hours of sleep but still not feeling rested, Kwan says it could indicate a number of things, including going to sleep distracted, sleeping in a less than optimal environment, or having untreated sleep apnea, which is a sleep disorder that causes someone to stop breathing while asleep. But he admits no one's sleep is perfect, and that's okay. Okay, like I said, if you can get enough sleep at least 5 days out of the week, that's probably better than not getting enough sleep, you know, most days. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I would just concentrate on getting enough sleep at least 5 to 6 days out of the week, if not all 7. And you know how to do this. Take a nice little shower before you go to bed. Turn off the TV. Definitely put the phones down because I always be on that phone. You know what I'm saying? On the cell phone. So you need to put them phones down. Turn off the lights. If you don't like to sleep in total darkness, put on a night light. If your room is hot, crack the little window a little bit. If you're cold, make sure you have enough covers on your bed. Make sure your bed is comfortable. If you have back pains, there are certain positions you can lay in to lessen your back pain or any other pains that you may be experiencing. And I also believe like stretching and doing a light exercise can help you maybe not right at bedtime, but like a couple hours before you go to bed, it can help you also sleep and stuff. And try to free your mind of negative things. That's another key to getting a good night's sleep. But anyway, they think that if you don't get enough sleep most days out of the week, it can lessen your life. Okay, point blank. It also increases your risk of definitely getting certain diseases and stuff like that. You know, they have already did studies on that before. Okay, but anyway, he said more research is needed to understand the differing results between the sexes, as well as what types of sleep aids or medicines are a favor. I mean, are a factor in their impact. I have never seen a black hamburger, y'all. I'm looking at this. This is disgusting. Okay. Well, it's me. It's back again. He said, we are all going to die. Does not matter if we sleep 8 hours or 6. My body can't sleep 8 hours. It just will not allow it. A lot of people say they can't sleep that long, but they got to realize something though. Even though your body get accustomed to sleeping lesser hours, they still got to realize that cells and stuff don't have time to replenish like they should. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. They need to read about the anatomy and all that, and then they will understand. Regardless if you feel tired or not, your cells and stuff, your organs and stuff, things like that, benefit from getting enough rest. Your brain does too. I don't be tired either. Shit, I function all day. I did today. I went to sleep last night at 4 a.m. and I got up this morning at 8, and I functioned all day. Okay. And I got a little headache, but I went and did a massage and stuff, and I took a Tylenol. I'm cool. But still, that doesn't mean that, this is something I should be doing every day. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually it's going to take its toll. And that is what this article is saying, you know? So basically try to get as much sleep as you can. I say at least 7. The article say between 7 and 8. Okay. Point blank. They have done studies, you know. Can't tell people anything these days. All right, let's do one more study. One more article, guys, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the topic. And y'all know I'm sitting up here eating. Y'all, you know what I'm eating? I am eating a potato sandwich from Panera Bread. And it's good. And I got some pickles and some kettle chips. So it was a baby, y'all, stuck in a house fire the other day, okay? And the family dog stayed there with the baby until the baby was rescued. So listen to this, y'all. Listen.
Where's your buddy? You cannot be laying in the road like this. You can't be out here. You're not big at all. Hey, buddy. What happened? What happened? You got some road rash on you. Because it's his back end, I think it's broken.
Okay, let me read the story because I don't know if this is the actual article. I told you all the time they be having other articles up and they don't even have anything. They be having other videos up. It don't even have anything to do with the daggone article. So let me go ahead and read it. This is from USA Today. Okay. When their 1-year-old baby was stuck in a house fire, the family dog would not leave her side until she was rescued. On February the 21st, a fire broke out in a multi-family home in Detroit. Janet Kelly, a mother of 4, said the fire started in the unit below them, where another family lives. One of the children in that unit was playing with a lighter in the bedroom and lit up a mattress. The downstairs tenants came running up to alert everyone, but black smoke had already filled both units. The fire quickly spread upstairs and over to the house next door, Kelly said. Kelly's 1-year-old daughter was still stuck in a playpen inside the house when firefighters arrived, she said. The family dog, Blue, refused to leave the house and alerted rescue people to where the baby was found. After losing everything in the fire, Janet Kelly, her fiance, Daquan Davis, her four children, and Blue are staying at a nearby hotel. Oh, that baby is cute. Blue, a 3-year-old pit bull lab mix, is a rescue dog that Kelly has had for 2 years. Blue is very protective of his entire family, y'all, point blank. Okay. And that's why Blue stayed where the little baby was at until somebody came, rescue people came to rescue them. And he even went down the stairs, I guess, or wherever they was at, and showed the fire people where the 1-year-old baby was at. Okay. And I'm going to just show y'all Blue. Blue is cute. Blue stayed right there with that baby and then showed the fire people where that baby was at so they can rescue the baby. Because, Blue could have walked out the house, I'm pretty sure, the apartment. But Blue stood right by that baby's side. I'm telling you, dogs are beautiful. Let me show y'all. That's Blue right there, who rescued the little girl. Let me show you a better picture. So here's Blue. And that's the little girl right there too, y'all. Super cute. And that's a blessing too, that he was able to do all that. Dogs are smart. They are very smart. Okay. Let's see what some comments say real quick, y'all. Dogs are way better than humans, especially when you mention being faithful. Um, Beautiful baby, prayers for this family. That was by Karina. Well, somebody said should have had insurance on that home, including a new place to live. What? Girl, shut up. This is Laura who said that. Girl, be quiet. Victoria said, Lord, please bless them and give them a new house to live in. Red Cross helps. Okay. Let's see what else somebody said. Mama Karma says the landlord must return the rent money for whatever days the tenant is unable to reside in the unit. Let me see what this man is talking about. This other dude said, wait, I'm not going to be a critic here, but you got your kids, the family dog who saved a life of the 1-year-old in a hotel, and you can bring the family cat because there's no room. I get you got 4 children in the family dog there, but the cat doesn't take up hardly any room and would sleep anywhere. That doesn't make any sense to me, especially if it's Blue, the dog's best friend. I know. Because cats don't take up no room. Okay. Well, anyway, my prayers are extended out to the family, and I'm glad that everybody is okay. And hopefully, I don't know if she has a GoFundMe page or anything. Let's see. Yeah, she does. So currently, the family is living out of a minivan, but was able to rent a hotel room for 2 nights after $290 was donated to their GoFundMe campaign. They did not have renter's insurance or anything, so they won't be getting no settlement for that. So they're gonna have to go to a shelter, and they started a GoFundMe page. And she said she just had paid the rent 2 days prior, so hopefully the landlord will give them some of that money back, especially since they did not start the fire. Let me see what our GoFundMe page is. So damn, she already. You know what? She's gonna be okay. They have already raised $94,000 for this lady and her family, and they only asked for 100,000, and they have already raised $94,000, and that was 7 days ago. So let me show y'all what the GoFundMe page says real quick. Damn, somebody donated $2,500 to her. Big baller shot caller. Let's see. Person who dated 2,500. That's a blessing. But yeah, let's see. That's good. $2,500. Okay, so this is the GoFundMe page, y'all. From time to time, I will show you guys GoFundMe pages of people. I don't know if this is upside down or not. It is. So what I'm gonna have to do is just read it to you guys because it's upside down. Stop camera. Okay, so the GoFundMe is started by Janet Kelly. Okay, and all you have to do is type in. Let's see. I don't know what does it. What is the name that it goes under? Let me see. I guess you could just type in "family lost everything to fire," and then let me see if you share what would happen. Let's see. So yeah, I would assume that you would just type in "family lost everything to fire." If you go to Hey Lord, if you go to the GoFundMe, and then put in Janet Kelly because that is the person who's organizing the GoFundMe. And like I said, her goal is 100,000, and she has raised so far $94,000. So that's a blessing. She has already had 1,800, no, 1,800 donors, and one of the highest donors is $2,500. That's a blessing. Kristen Bell. Okay. So yeah. So my prayers are extended out to her family, and I'm just glad that the dog, was there and rescue basically showed the rescues where the baby was at, and everybody's safe and sound. Even though they are staying in a hotel in probably at a shelter now, when they get up to that $100,000, they'll be able to get that money from GoFundMe, and I'm sure that's enough to get a house and all her furniture back, and even a car, and just whatever she needs to get, even put money away, save. So yeah, and then get some renters insurance. So yeah, so that's good. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'm not giving out any more news tonight. I'll tell you guys some more stuff tomorrow in regards to that. So now we're gonna go ahead and do this Black History thing real quick, and then I want to tell y'all this other thing before I get ready to get off of here. Okay, let me go find that. Let's see. It was a great little video I have. It's actually saved on my let me pull up something. I'm gonna actually look on my phone and pull it up. Okay, let's see. YouTube, because it'll come up on here, I think. I think it'll come up on here on my phone. Let's see, Black History. It's kind of boring tonight, y'all. Black History, let's see. But that's okay. You can't be live every night. You know what I'm saying? You can't be live. Not taught in school. Let's see. I'm kind of tired anyway now because it is getting late. I forgot which one it was that I was trying to let y'all hear. Let me see. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Wait. We don't want to hear that one. I think it was this. 17 untold Black history facts that wasn't taught in school. You know, one reason why I don't like to play stuff on YouTube, like these videos and stuff, because every time I look around, they come sending me a what's the name? Then I have to edit everything out. But I'm gonna play this. It's only 7 minutes, okay? And it's 17 untold Black history facts that wasn't taught in school. And I would be sharing this. I actually could share it on my screen real quick. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Because I may can just share it on the screen. Hold on, y'all. New window. I always forget how to do this crap. Let me see. New window. Let me go to YouTube. Okay, now let me come back to this screen again. And we're going to see if we can share this. And hopefully I don't have to take this out of my video like always. Okay. Let's see. Go to settings. Is this right? What the hell am I doing? Y'all might be doing the most weirdest stuff. What is it? Present. Share screen. I be forgetting how to do this. Share screen. I think this is right. click on YouTube. I'm showing y'all how to do this in case y'all don't know how to do this, okay? There you go. Okay, let me see if I got it saved over here. And then I can let y'all watch this instead of me trying to read this crap. I mean, it's stuff, not crap. Let me see y'all real quick. Y'all got to excuse me for eating. I know y'all hear me. Let's see. It's not on him. Let me type it in here. What is the name of it? Untold Black History. Wasn't told in school. And so even though Black History Month is over, since I didn't get a chance to go over it yesterday, that's why I am going over it right quick with you guys. Okay? I think this is the one right here. Is this the one? I don't know if this is the one. Is this the one right here? No, this is not the right one. It's this one. Let me see. Yeah, because I already watched it. Okay? I have already watched this. Let me make sure this is the right one. 1 year 66. Is this the right one right here? It is. I think so. Okay, we're going to watch this real quick, y'all, okay?
A black woman invented the sanitary belt.
Let me go back.
Should have taught in school.
Don't forget, y'all, this is for educational purposes, and it is protected by the 1976 Fair Use Copyright Act, okay? And this video is being used for educational purposes only, okay? In entertainment, but basically it's used for educational purposes.
Here's what we learned. A black woman invented the sanitary belt. Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner was quite the inventor at an early age, but her most innovative creation was the sanitary belt. Because of Mary's skin color, an interested manufacturing company failed to market her product, and the great invention wasn't used until 1956, 30 years after its creation. In 1951, Henrietta Lacks's cancer cells led to major discoveries in medical research. There was a novel, and later a movie starring Oprah Winfrey as Henrietta's daughter, called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which explained how Henrietta's HeLa cells have contributed to medical research.
Did y'all see that movie? Because I've never seen that movie before. I didn't even know she did a movie like this.
The tragedy is that her family didn't know about any of this until 1975. Scientists were making all these discoveries and making a profit from her cells, while her own children were living in poverty. Dorothy Dandridge was the first African American to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress.
Wow.
The singer and actress was acknowledged for her performance in the 1954 film Carmen Jones.
Y'all remember how Halle Berry played her role? They do look alike, don't they? They do look alike, for real. Let me go back. They look alike. They really do.
Carmen Jones. The first successful open-heart surgery was performed in 1893 by a black surgeon named Dr. Daniel Hale Williams.
I remember when I first found this out, because they did not teach me this in school, okay? And I actually found this out when I was homeschooling my other daughter, way back in 2008. And it's a shame how you can go to school and they only teach you about a few black people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the usual people. And they don't really tell us about certain other black people who have, invented a lot of things. You know, he did the first successful open heart surgery, okay, back in 1893. And then they want to call black people dumb. But we were the first one to do an open heart surgery back in 1893.
He also founded the first hospital that employed black healthcare workers. John Rock was the first African American Supreme Court lawyer.
That couldn't be him.
He did so February 1, 1865. Before this day, John
Right
Rock
here.
was a doctor but was so ill that he had to give up practicing medicine and became a lawyer instead. My mind was blown because we hear about Dred Scott v. Sanford, where black people were not considered American citizens, but you didn't need to be a citizen to practice law in the Supreme Court.
That's a daggone shame. That is a shame. Y'all know, I'm still trying to figure out why there was even slavery and stuff, and why they treated us like this, our ancestors and stuff like this. And I know some people on YouTube don't believe that slavery exists and Harriet Tubman didn't exist and all this other stuff because they don't see certain things and blase, but I think I know slavery existed, okay? Please, okay? But I don't think, all brown people may not have been slaves, okay? But I do know slavery did exist. It really did, point blank. And I think it's unfair for people to sit on YouTube and say certain things when people have people in their family from a long time ago that was in slavery. They were enslaved. Let's go ahead and finish listening to this, y'all.
It's sad this is not learned in school.
Let's go back and hear.
Thelonious Monk. It's sad this is not considered American citizens, but you didn't need to be a citizen to practice law in the Supreme Court. It's sad this is not learned in school. Thelonious Monk was one of the greatest jazz composers and a strong leader in the jazz revolution. I discovered his music years later. If you have not listened to his music, find Big Band and Quartet in Concert online. Betty Boop was based on a black woman. Betty Boop was inspired by the black jazz singer Esther Jones, commonly known as Baby Esther in Harlem's Cotton Club. Her signature singing style was stolen by Helen Kane and adapted by the cartoonist Max Fleischer. Musarai of
Stop right there. Because I remember hearing about this years ago when they realized, when they revealed the truth, okay? And even after they revealed the truth, when you see cartoons or either like t-shirts with Betty Boop on it, they still make it look just like it's looking now. You know what I'm saying? They don't make Betty Boop look like a black woman. And that's a daggone shame when they know exactly where this came from. Now, the other video that I saw, it goes into more details about this, period. I wish I would have found that one and stuff, but it goes into more detail. The lady who that they talking about who came up with this, she used to talk like a little girl, okay? When she was performing. She did that baby talk, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess to gain, make people want to hear her music or whatever the case is for whatever reason. And it's a shame how stuff that is being done, especially back then, was stolen. And then you don't hear anything about the original people who, thought of the idea or made a certain thing or came up with the concept. You don't hear about them. You just hear about the person who stole it. And that's not right. You know what I'm saying? That is not right. I don't know why people do these things,
Musarai of Mali is considered the richest man in history. Students should learn more about the king of the Mali Empire. It's been said that there's really no way to put an accurate number on his wealth, but I'm sure Jeff Bezos only wishes he had that kind of dough.
Oh, stop. Did they say he was one of the richest? Let me see what they said on that, because I didn't hear that.
I'm sure Jeff Bezos only wishes history. Students should.
Let's go back. He was considered the richest man in history. And look what color he is. But yet they want us to believe that Brown people should be poor, in poverty, stupid, and dumb. He clearly couldn't be stupid or dumb. He was very intelligent. Okay? And he was the richest man in history. Point blank. Actually, they say he is. So is mean that he still is considered the richest man in history. But you don't hear about this in regular schools. They want you to think that all black people were nothing but slaves, poor as ever, dumb, can't read, can't write, can't do anything. That's what they want you to think. So that's why we need to learn our history and learn about our people. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself African or whatever you consider yourself as. If that skin is this dark or brown, even light skin, and you have the features and everything else, and you're considered black, then you are black. So it doesn't matter if you're African American or whatever the case is, or African, or you're from this place or that place. If you're walking down the street and you're with another black person and you're around a racist person, they're gonna still call you the same N word. Okay, so it don't really matter. We are all black, point blank, regardless of where we come from and the differences that we may have in our language or our the way we live or the things we do. You know, we are still all black. Period. It's time to really unify together anyway and stop being divided. That's what people like, division. Okay, and not to know certain things and to be dumb and weak.
Musa I of Mali is considered the richest man in history. Students should learn more about the king of the Mali Empire. It's been said that there's really no way to put an accurate number on his wealth, but I'm sure Jeff Bezos only wishes he had that kind of dough.
Wow.
Katherine Johnson, Mary Jackson, and Dorothy Vaughan were the women behind the NASA space race. I had no clue about all the black women behind the space race in the 60s until I saw the movie Hidden Figures. Katherine Johnson, Mary Jackson, Dorothy Vaughan, and all the ladies who worked as the computers served as the brains behind launching John Glenn, the first successful American astronaut to orbit Earth. I would have loved to learn about them in school.
Wow. No.
A black trans.
I have never even heard of that before. And then that's another thing too. Y'all, look who's telling the story. Okay? Look who's telling us about our history in this video. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the next part.
Transgender woman named Marsha P. Johnson helped lead the Stonewall Uprising. Also known as the Mayor of Christopher Street, Marsha was a visible figure in the gay civil rights movement, yet was completely left out of the 2015 movie Stonewall.
Oh, wow.
She remained on the front line of the protest, advocating for universal gay rights.
Okay.
Bayard Rustin was an openly gay civil rights activist. Bayard Rustin was a social rights activist who helped install various organizations like the Southern Christian Leadership Conference with Martin Luther King Jr. and the 1947 Freedom Ride. He was the head of the 1963 March on Washington and helped fight for civil, social, and gay rights. Henry Box Brown escaped to freedom at the age of 33. He shipped himself from Virginia to Philadelphia so that he could be free. I absolutely love that story and how determined he was to be a free man.
Y'all heard of that before? I have never heard of that before. Where he shipped himself to Virginia. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. This is another reason why I homeschool. Because some of this stuff that I'm listening to in this video, I have never heard of before in regular schools. Okay? They don't teach you this. And, you know, even if your children do go to regular school system, right? There's still a parent's responsibility to teach their children about their history. Okay, point blank. Because again, whether you call yourself African, African American, um, or whatever you call yourself, Black, Indian, or whatever you want to call yourself, the key word is that you are still Black. Okay, so you still should want to know about what your people have done, what they accomplished, versus letting people just tell you that Black people are not worth anything but being violent, being on welfare, being druggies, don't take care of their kids and stuff like that. We do have some Black people that do these things, just like you have white people that do this. But all of us don't do this, okay? And so I think it's extremely important to teach your children about true Black history. It doesn't matter where you're from. As long as you're Black, you still need to be teaching your children about true Black history. Let them know that we did accomplish so much, okay? That's why so many Black children are be feeling like they're worthless and empty because they don't see us being represented in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Half of these things that you're hearing on this video, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't even know. And this is nothing compared to some of the other stuff that I have listened to and found out. So yeah, we need to teach our children. Okay. Yeah, even if they do go to public schools, you teach them stuff. There's videos all over YouTube. You know, let's go ahead and go to this video, back to this video. Let's see. We already know about her though, but let's go ahead. They do teach us about her.
Ida B. Wells led a movement against lynchings in the 1890s through her informative essays and brave activism. This was a huge deal not only for an African American but for a woman as well. For some reason I never knew about her until college, which is just sad.
Yep.
The Harlem Hellfighters spent 191 days in the trenches during World War I, more than any other American unit. I wish I had learned about.
What? See, that's what I'm talking about. Here you go. Here we go again. I never heard of them before. The Harlem Hellfighters. Did they make a movie about this? They were in there 191 days, more than any other American unit. And yet, we don't know about this. They haven't taught us this in school. Okay? If I wasn't looking things up like this for my son when I was teaching him about Black history, I still wouldn't know certain things. And I'm how old? I am how old? And still wouldn't know about these things because they don't never teach you about this in regular schools. As a matter of fact, they don't teach you about this in some private schools either, or even Christian schools. So that's why I say it's up to parents to do something other than being on the internet, doing stuff just for us. We need to get on the internet and look up and research things and share this information with our children and, be their teacher as well. Okay? That's right, Missy. Let parents be proper role models to their children instead of rappers and gangsters. That's true. And we definitely need to teach our kids, not just about Black history, but about many things that they don't teach you in regular schools. Many. And one of them being teach your kids about their human body, their anatomy. You know what I'm saying? So they can better take care of themselves. But we're not going to talk about that because, I'll be into this medical stuff. Let's go ahead and go back into this right here. Let's bring it back. All right. Right. Lord. Parents twerking on TikTok. Right. They're doing everything else on TikTok with their kids. Instead of twerking their butts up on YouTube and finding out some information about Black people in general. Some positive information. Let your kids know we played a huge role into what this world is today. I mean, not, the good side. That's what I'm talking about. We invented a lot of things. Look at the Black guy who did the first open heart surgery. But yet, I remember when I first found out about that, I didn't even know that. Some more Black people did something in the medical field too. I can't remember their names, but, a lot of Black people did. And, They did. Just leave it like that. Okay, they did. Let's go ahead and finish watching this.
During World War I, more than any other American unit. I wish I had learned about the Harlem Hellfighters, the 369th Infantry Regiment that fought in World War I. They were awarded the French Croix de Guerre for their bravery. One of the most notable Harlem Hellfighters to me is Henry Johnson, who fought off soldiers on the front line with a knife in his bare hands.
What? Wait a minute, hold up. What? What? He fought with just a knife in his bare hands. That's what he did. That's what the lady just said, y'all. With a knife, a knife in his bare hands in that war. Because I guess they didn't give him a gun. I don't know. But we need to look that up, actually. We need to look that up and find out all about the Hellfighters. I think that's what their names. Let's see what was their names. Let's see. Let me go back to that right there to see. Yeah, Harlem Hellfighters. We need to go in and look this up and research this. I don't even recall seeing a movie about this. And if they did have one, they didn't advertise it like they do everything else. They didn't talk about it. They probably made it about something else and then had them in there, and we didn't really pay attention to it if they even did anything with them in it. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Who fought off soldiers on the front line with a knife in his bare hands.
We know what
In
happened to this.
1921, Black Wall Street was a thriving community of black businesses. I didn't learn about Black Wall Street until I saw Watchmen. In the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, were a great number of successful black establishments, that is, until the Tulsa Race Massacre occurred, destroying the community. That's definitely something that should have been taught in schools, not only because of the tragic loss but also because of how successful black people were in Tulsa during that time in history.
You know, I researched that before because I was teaching my kids. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Wait. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Okay. I researched that story before for my children when I was teaching them, and I was reading about everything the black people in the Black Wall Street did. They had banks and stuff. They had all types of stuff in that area. You know, they was really doing good. And, you know, those racist people got mad, was jealous, and they burned the place down and killed people and did all types of stuff. That's crazy. Even kids. That didn't make no sense. And then people sit up online talking about there's no racism, there was no slavery, and all this other foolishness. Okay? We didn't, look, we didn't say all black people were slaves, okay? But a lot of them were. Okay, I got another video. I'm not going to show you guys it though, but it's on YouTube where they tell you that all black people weren't slaves. It's by these same people right here. Okay, point blank. They give you the exact number, the estimated number, and you know that's not all the black people in the world. And then they tell you where they sent some of these Africans to different countries and stuff, different states and stuff like that.
The youth of Birmingham, Alabama, led a nonviolent children's crusade in 1963. I grew up knowing civil rights was important, but my classmates and I rarely saw anything about young people playing a part in the civil rights movement. Knowing kids our age went out to protest and succeeded would have been super inspiring.
I have never.
And finally, Martin Luther.
I have never heard.
Knowing kids our age.
Wait.
The youth of Birmingham, Alabama, led a nonviolent.
Youth of Birmingham, Alabama, led a nonviolent children's crusade in 1963. I have never heard of this ever in my life. Have you guys? I've never heard of them before. Again, they don't tell us about the positive things that brown people do. They only tell you about the negative things. So that's why it's up to us to learn all we can learn by good YouTube channels and websites as well, and teach our children so they can know that we are not weak as they want us to think and believe. And that's just on everything. We need to start teaching our kids, and we need to learn too, so we can get out of this weak mentality, this weak way of thinking. Okay, for real. Because I mean, for real, Black people are smart. I mean, some are a little bit out of there now, and I'm not gonna lie, but Black people are smart. You got some smart Black people that did a lot of amazing things throughout history.
Children's Crusade in 1963. I grew up knowing civil rights was important, but my classmates and I rarely saw anything about young people playing a part in the civil rights movement. Knowing kids our age went out to protest and succeeded would have been super inspiring. And finally, Martin Luther King Jr. was not the first African American to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Y'all get ready to be shocked now. Because see, the way society tries to tell us is that Martin Luther King was. Okay? Now, just watch.
That honor goes to Ralph Bunche, the political scientist and U.S. diplomat from Detroit. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1950 for his efforts with resolving the Arab-Israeli conflict.
Now,
subscribe to my channel now. Press the bell icon.
I bet you guys didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. And that's a trip. Because they never teach you about that in school. I didn't even know that until I saw this video a couple of days ago. Okay? You're right, Missy. A lot of children can't read, write, or do math at grade level. Parents need to get on their job. Stop expecting the school system and government to raise your children. And you are correct. Again, some of these parents need to stop spending time on YouTube, on social media, period, and running behind men and women and getting high and drinking and partying. And they need to be a parent, okay, and teach their children and help their children learn. How can you not know your child can't read or write properly or do math at their grade level? How can you not know these things as a parent? But yeah, that's a shame that a lot of parents just don't do what they need to do. Okay, so let's see if we can watch one more. Okay, let's see how long I've been on here. I'll see you in a minute. Let me see if I can find another one by Nouveau's Island. Let me go to look at their page, because they do talk about a lot of different stuff. Some mysteries. I didn't know they do stuff about that. Let's see. Look at this. 10 badass Black female athletes who make us proud. They got everything on here Black. Look at this. Just look at all this stuff. Let's see what else I want to show, because let's see. 15 discoveries they want you to know about African American ancient history. I don't know if I want to see this one right here, though. Discoveries they don't want you to know about African history, ancient African history. Let's see. Which one I want to see? Let's see. I watched that one already. Let's see. Let's see. I think we already did this one. We don't want to hear that one again. Oh my God, I'll be looking at everything else, y'all. Dang, this is a good, yeah, I like this channel. That's why I think I subscribed to them. I did. Let me see. 10 Black women inventors. We already went through that one. I'm going to show y'all this.
Facts about slavery they don't teach you in school. Slavery in America has a long and tumultuous history in America, as most of us are aware. Slaves were mostly brought in from Africa. Slavery was mostly practiced on plantations in Virginia, the Carolinas, and Georgia's coastal colonies. Slavery spread westward when the British colonies were combined into the United States and the country grew westward. However, it is not the end of the narrative. There's still a lot to learn. Before we move on the next step, please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can be updated by my new videos. Where did slaves come from?
Okay.
Sailing ships transported potential slaves from Africa to the British American colonies in the South, and later.
Now, this is the video I was watching the other day, and I was just, like, wow.
The southern U.S. states. However, much more African slaves were transported to South America and the Caribbean Sea Islands than to the United States. But, where did all of those African slaves originate from? The crews of European sailing ships did not merely throw men ashore to collect up Africans. Slaves who were destined to be carried into slave ships were sold by other Africans in exchange for goods supplied by the slave ships. Tribes in Africa, like tribes all across the world since the birth of civilization, were, and still are, frequently at odds with one another. Except in rare circumstances where they learn it from others who are more sophisticated. Tribes are usually unaware of the concept of agriculture. Tribes must scavenge for any food they can. Other tribes competed for the food in the land it grew on, and they still do. Killing and enslaving members of neighboring tribes was a vital element of life for a tribe before the rule of law, extensive usage of farming, and industrialization. Some tribes would be waiting to sell captured members of other tribes when slave ships arrived on the African coast. On the next visit of a slave ship, the scenario may be reversed, with other tribes selling captured members of the tribes that had previously sold slaves. Slave ships provided tribes with an easy opportunity to diminish the population of neighboring tribes. Slaves transported to slave ships were not the only Africans consigned to a life of servitude. Tribes all over Africa maintained and keep other Africans as slaves, and this practice.
Yeah, see, I've been knew about that right there, about some Africans had other Africans as slaves. However, it still doesn't mean that other race of people should be coming over there trying to enslave Africans, okay? Because what they do with their own people is their business. That don't mean somebody else come over there and try to capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you have some Africans over there who aided them in that, for whatever reason, to get whatever they were getting, goods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Back then. And that's a damn shame, selling each other out.
This continues to this day in much of Africa. The African slave trade existed long before the 1600s, when Africans lived. And this practice continues to this day. Were not the only Africans consigned to a life of servitude. Tribes all over Africa maintained and keep other Africans as slaves, and this practice continues to this day in much of Africa. The African slave trade existed long before the...
I wouldn't say much of Africa still has people as slaves, okay, because they have outlawed it in some of those countries. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where he gets much of Africa from, because I know some people in different parts, in different countries of Africa, and they don't have slaves, okay? It's against the law. So maybe in the parts he's talking about, maybe they are still doing that. I don't know. But from what I know, the people that I know in different countries there, they don't have slaves, okay? Point blank. That's why it's always good to get to know people from different countries firsthand, because a lot of stuff that be on the internet, sometimes they don't tell you the complete truth in regards to that. They just tell you based on what they read or saw, or probably saw on another YouTube page or something like that. When you know somebody there, or a bunch of people in certain places and they're showing you stuff, you actually get more of you get more details of what's going on in that area and how people live in that area. And so I'm happy that I have met different people throughout the world, so I can know certain things and not just have to count on YouTube and looking at YouTube videos to know certain things. And then when I hear certain things, I be knowing certain things is not true in regards to certain places. Like a lot of people say Africa, not knowing that it's a continent, right? And they have different countries, right? And people who live in different countries, you have countries there, they live the same way that you're living here. That some of them may be poor, and some are not, but they have houses, they have apartments, they have buildings, they have traffic lights. The same way we have here. Of course, ours is a little bit more advanced, but basically, they're not out there living in teepees and crap and catching wild animals. You know what I'm saying? I know one time I asked my friend who lives in Nigeria, who lives in Abuja, okay? And about the I was asking him about the jungle, okay, like an idiot. Because what I was doing is, hey X-Man, thanks for coming in. What I was doing is looking at YouTube videos, and I was listening to people on YouTube tell me about different countries. I'm just gonna say it like they say Africa. Okay, like Africa is a continent, not just a country. You know what I'm saying? It's just a continent, got many different countries there. And so that's the first thing that I laughed about. But anyway, I was listening to these people and did not know until I started meeting, you know, um, Africans who still stay in these countries. And some live in like London now, but they still go back and forth to where they're from. You know what I'm saying? Have family members there. And I got a couple of friends who showed me stuff, video live. You know what I'm saying? That's why I knew like certain things that was happening over there in Lagos. That's why I knew that the media was lying and the media wasn't showing you guys the real truth. I knew this already because I seen the actual videos while the person was out there at the protests. I saw what their so-called police and the people they just made a police, I saw what they were doing to the people, you know, but the media wasn't showing that. Just like the food that they sent over there, I saw how they did that too. The media here is not showing that. They're not, you know, I can't even say, but they're just not showing it point blank. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to get to know people from different regions, different countries and stuff like that. Right, they was just practicing when they was turning against each other back then and selling their own people to the white man because they wanted certain things the white men were offering to them, you know. And this is ridiculous. I'm telling you, black people as a whole need to stick together a little bit more and stop being sellouts and stop being greedy and stuff and sell your own people out for fame, for material things and things like that. You know what I'm saying? They did the same thing way back then. They did the same exact thing way back then, and then, you got these people saying that these Africans had slaves themselves, and they think that they can do the same thing. And what they do, they tell you that they had slaves to make it seem like it was right for them to come over there and trick those Africans and then get Africans and make them push them into slavery. How? You're not right. You didn't even have to come over. And at the same time, those black people back then, they should have bounced their ass right back to where they came from instead of joining in with them and wanting whatever they had to offer. In other words, they was being conned. You know what I'm saying? Much like some get conned now and be doing the most. Right, you're right, and they don't. Some of them do now. Some of them do own some things, but a lot of them don't. You know, then certain people come over and open up stuff and um, employ Africans right, especially like over there in Nigeria, employ Nigerians right, and then treat them like crap. And it's their country. And they use us here to further the agenda. And you're right. And a lot of these people here let them further their agenda by being stupid, okay, and being greedy and everything else. You're right, Lord. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Right. It's definitely about tricking people and deceiving them. Okay. And again, they did it way back then. Okay, and they still doing it. And the thing about it, that's another good thing. When you meet a true African that you can trust, that's all should be, you learn a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot of stuff. You know, he was the one who told me how some Africans sold other Africans to the white man back then. Period. Because I didn't even notice until he was telling me. Because he's this dude is real good when it comes to history, and that's one thing about them daggone Africans. They be knowing their history. I'm not gonna lie, they be smart. Okay, they be knowing about their history and stuff, and just book smart. Period. And being that smart, they were smart back then too. But greed can make you forget about using your true intelligence, okay? Because you want other things. And I forgot exactly what they were offering them to make them flip like that. Because I know it was goods and stuff, you know. Right, everything is allegedly. What's the name of the movie? 1984. I'm gonna have to watch that. Send me a text message saying that so I can remember. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish watching this because this is a trip though. Yes, it is. Let's go ahead.
1600s, when Africans were first shipped to the Americas. The Muslims
All
outnumbered
right,
everyone
yeah. Now
else
I
in
honestly
terms.
believe I don't like to talk about stuff like this on my channel, but I honestly believe, well, you know what? I'm not even going to say what I believe, but those Africans were shipped to America in the 1600s. Okay. Let's just leave it at that.
Of the number of people enslaved. Muslims enslaved an estimated 17
Let
million
me rewind that
individuals
right
between
there. Let me rewind that. Let's
650 everyone else in terms of the
go
number
back.
of in much of Africa. The African slave trade existed long before the 1600s, when Africans were first shipped to the Americas. The Muslims outnumbered everyone else in terms of the number of people enslaved. Muslims enslaved an estimated 17 million individuals between 650 and 1905. Some were captured during Muslim ship attacks around Europe's shores, as far north as Ireland. Another 1 million people were enslaved in Muslim Ottoman Turkey from Ukraine and Poland. However, Africans made up the lion's share of people enslaved by Muslims, who were compelled to march north over the Sahara Desert, many of whom died in the process, to be sold into slavery by Muslim owners. The other
Let me
slavery in
stop right
America.
here, too. And this is another thing, too, that I do not like about society. Okay. I'm going to just say this right now. Allegedly. It's not really allegedly, it's for real. Um, I am so sick of media always showing Africans as looking a hot mess. Okay. Now, like I just said before, I know quite a few Africans, and I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up, they come in all different shapes, sizes, features. Some look good, some don't. A lot of them look just like African American people. Okay. And like I said before, they don't all look like how they try to present in this video. Okay, you got to realize some of these people looking like this in a video because look how they were being treated. They wouldn't let them bathe or anything else. They was treating them like animals. If someone is treating you like an animal, you don't have the proper necessities to take care of yourself or anything else. You're not being fed the correct or proper foods. What do you think you are going to look like? Okay, but the thing is that brown people in general, which is black people, they need to stop thinking that all Africans look a hot mess and got these strong features and just be looking tripped out. And this is another reason why I think a lot of black people don't like to be called African American, because they got the perception in their mind that what society shows you, that all Africans are not attractive, look hard, rough, and that's not true. I met a lot of Africans that are really nice looking, for real. And I'm not talking about on TV either. I'm talking about for real, in real life. They take care of themselves, got nice shapes. The women, some of them, you know, some of them are pretty. Just like people don't know there's all types of shades, colors. You know what I'm saying? Skin tones. You know, just like over there in Nigeria, different tribes are like the Yoruba people. A lot of them are brown skin, darker brown skin. Then you got the Jesus, if I'm saying that right, or Hausa people. They're more lighter skin tone. Okay, so it just depends. You got all skin tones. I mean, you got light skin, you got some look like they're mixed, and they're not mixed with anything. Okay, then you got some that are excessively dark. They're really dark. Then you got some that's brown. Some are lighter brown, just all different colors. And then But a lot of people don't know this because they look at what they see on YouTube and on TV and just think all Africans are dark as ever, like this dark black right here. That's what they be thinking. And they think they live in teepees and in and out the jungle. Like I was telling y'all before, my friend laughed at me when I was talking about the jungle. He was like, he ain't never been to no jungle, except when he was trying to leave illegally. And he didn't see anything. Okay, he said no lions and stuff just walk out on the street. What is wrong with me? Where did I get that from? He live in a regular city, you know what I'm saying? And then he did a live video and showed it to me and stuff. So that's why I know what it looks like and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what people come up with all this weird shit. And I was like, have you ever seen a teepee? And he was like, not really. But he said like they got some tribes out in the jungles that live out there, right? And they may have things like that, but they don't even go out there because those same tribes would kill them. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. Right, and I agree. True, X-Man. Let's see. They actually do that in all other countries. Yeah, you're right. They really do. But today we're talking about the country. We're talking about that continent, Africa continent. The continent of Africa. That's what we're talking about because, they always paint that place, that continent in a bad light. Okay. Okay. African history is not my history. I would never know my own if I'm steady learning other people's shit. Okay. I heard that. Okay. It is. It's about turning people against each other. And for me, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. For me, I don't care about where we actually came from because in the end, it really don't matter. I mean, it may matter to you right now while you're here on this earth. Okay. But in reality, for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it don't really matter. Okay. The reason why I show Black history, because even if you consider yourself African or not, it's still a part of your history. Okay. Regardless of where you come from. Okay, because they still have the same skin tone. And whether Black people say they are African or not, the white people are still going to look at you just what they think you are, point blank. Okay, and why not know about African history as well as whatever else history you need to learn about, or wherever you came from, learn about that history too. Why not know about it? Okay, see, that's another way to keep brown people as a whole divided in the first place. Okay, to make a division. But yet, if you put this African person right here on the street corner with you or with me, and a racist police is trying to stop us, they're going to call all three the same exact thing. Okay? Even if the person is not racist, just go get a random white person. They're going to still call us all the same. They're going to say African or Black American or Black person. So for me, it does not really, it can matter as far as you knowing exactly where you come from, but will you really know where you came from in all reality? If you really think about it, do you really know? Do any of us really know where we came from? Okay, and then in real reality, does it really matter? Because in the end, what happens once you're dead? This don't matter anymore. This is just for right now. But I still think it's good to know about, history, especially of Africans, Black people, or whatever you want to call them. I don't care where you came from. You still need to know about your history, period.
Before Europeans set foot on the New World, slavery had been a part of American history for almost 10,000 years. Slavery was widespread among American Indian tribes, and it lasted until the late 1800s. Tribes have been fighting one another since the dawn of time, slaughtering and enslaving their foes. Slavery is an unavoidable aspect of tribal culture. We all have slave-owning ancestors. While there have been some initiatives to ameliorate slave treatment, to prohibit the importation of slaves in some areas, and even to abolish specific forms of slavery, such as debt slavery. Slavery persisted throughout the world until the 1800s, less than 200 years ago. What really ended slavery? Slavery was finally abolished after two linked events kicked off the process. The Enlightenment, often known as the Age of Reason, began about the time John Locke wrote his treatises on individual rights in the 1680 to 1690 timeframe, and ended around the time of the American Constitutional Convention in 1787. Individual rights, as a new philosophy, was a first for humanity, as it was the first manifestation of the idea that no one of us should be superior to another. This new and daring idea traveled first through England and her colonies, then more slowly to the rest of Europe, where monarchies reigned supreme. Fearing revolt, such kings did not want such disruptive ideas to be spread to their subject populations. Beyond Europe, the globe was still quite primitive, and
y'all know what? He is right. There have been, even in biblical times, they had slaves, okay? So a lot of race of people have been slaves, but I'm going to tell you straight up, the black slaves that they had, I think they were treated the worst. I mean, some other races were treated bad too, because I researched it. But black people, I don't give a crap. They treated them the worst because they were doing like experiments and stuff allegedly on black people. You know what I'm saying? They were doing like gynecology stuff on black women without giving them any anesthesia or anything, trying to make sure the stuff works right so they can use it on white people. Okay, so it doesn't matter where black people come from, because if your skin is not white, they still classify you as the same. That's why they were doing all these experiments on black women to make sure stuff was safe for the white women. They weren't trying to make it safe for other black people who were from other places. No, for white people. Always remember that. That's why black people as a whole, regardless of where you came from, that's why we all need to stick together. It doesn't matter where you came from. Because if they had a war today, one of those type of wars, if you didn't stick together with your people, you're going to be messed up. Looking at exactly, because you say you're not African or whatever the case is, it doesn't really matter. Your skin is brown. Or in some cases, some people's skin is black. Let's keep it real. Some is lighter, but they're still brown.
Concept of individual rights had not yet made its way into Asia, Africa, or Latin America. It still hasn't made its way into many parts of the world today. Because the Founding Fathers transformed the bold ideals of the Enlightenment into realistic legislation and administration, the United States has been dubbed the child of the Enlightenment. The United States Constitution is founded on the Enlightenment concepts of individual rights. Those values were not, and still aren't, properly applied in the creation of the United States of America's government.
Speak it!
The Founding Fathers of America, on the other hand, laid the groundwork for future generations to do what they couldn't. The United States has always been the driving force behind the global extension of individual rights. However, there is still work to be done. Socialism, which is inherently opposed to and destructive of individual rights, is the only doctrine that continues to obstruct the global development of the concept of individual rights. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain in the mid-1700s and extended to the United States and continental Europe in the early 1800s, was the second factor that hastened the abolition of slavery. Slavery became economically unviable as a result of the Industrial Revolution, making it simpler to abolish it. In terms of quality, quantity, and cost, mechanization and educated, trained people will always surpass unwilling, rote physical human labor. The growing income gap between the industrially developed northern states and the still agrarian southern states was becoming a significant and divisive issue for the country by the time of the American Civil War. The development of the southern states, on the other hand, has outpaced that of the northern states since the end of slavery and the decline of racism. 30 million people know slavery exists right now. However, slavery has not yet been abolished. Slavery is still practiced in many parts of the world, especially in areas where individual rights and industrialization are limited. Criminal organizations profit from slavery in more civilized countries, such as the United States. Slavery persists throughout equatorial Africa and southern Asia, particularly in India, Pakistan, Burma, Thailand,
True.
and Laos. 30 million people are enslaved now. Ask a sports figure or anyone else on bended knee what they are doing about slavery now and the 30 million people who live in it, in the present, and whether they care more about living human beings than mourning a former practice of humanity. I hope you find this video helpful.
And I
If you
agree
like
with
the
what he
video,
just said.
do like.
Again, in regards to what he just said, he is right about slavery is still being practiced. Because I didn't think about those other little countries like certain parts of India and things like that. Because look how they do to women, and kids, and like you said, in some parts of Africa, they do still do, slavery. Not like they was back in the day, but they still do it, in certain places in Africa, not throughout all countries in Africa, like I said before, but some places there still do it. Like I said, in certain countries, it's against the law. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all saying. If people haven't opened their eyes after the past 2 to 3 years, they are in for a rude awakening. I agree. Yep, I sure have, and I am on Grand Rising. Okay, Missy. That's good. Uplift and lead and success with greatness in God's eyes. I heard that. Black people is our worst enemies to each other. And that's correct, and I agree because we spend too much time, like I said, creating division. Okay. And like I said before, if something were to happen where we all had to unite together, it doesn't matter what part of the world you are from. As long as that skin is that black color and they consider you as being black, that's all that's going to matter. And so we need to learn how to work together versus creating division, point blank. I've been hearing all types of weird stuff, that people say, and let me let y'all know something. I never considered myself as African American or as none of this other stuff people say. I'm just myself sharing. Okay. Point blank. Because like I believe, and I said it before, yeah, while we are here on earth, it may matter. But in reality, for real, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. We wasn't bought here to pay bills and stuff. That is made up stuff, everything that God gave us. You're right. You're right. And you know what? That is so true, X-Man Gaming. I don't think we were brought here to be in poverty either. And I just said that before. And I get so sick and tired of, especially black people or brown people, as I call them, call us brown people. Um, I get so sick and tired of brown people thinking that, not all, but some think that they have to be poor, that they have to be in poverty. They got to live in the ghetto. They got to live around bull crap. I just get sick of that mentality. Come on now, you don't have to be all that. You don't have to be in poverty. You don't have to be poor. No, you may not be rich as ever. No, you may not be living in the best upscale neighborhood, but you don't have to be living like some black people live. Okay, period. And you do not have to be in poverty. You have to do what it takes to be where you need to be at in life. And I'm not talking about doing illegal stuff either, because that's just another dumbass thing that people do to get yourself entangled in a web where you don't need to be at. People be up here talking about racism, but they get right into the system where they can practice all the racism against you. Point blank, by making stupid decisions because you want to be rich and stuff like that, or you want something that does not belong to you. And that's what I feel like I am, human. Okay, because all the other stuff don't really matter in the end. And if you say you believe in God like I do as well, so it don't even matter. For real, it just don't. I don't even like to talk about that online, because last time I did it, I didn't really talk about it online, but I go on to another page, another channel, and I watch this dude. And so I guess the dude, he does be on there too. And when he heard me cuss on my channel, he had a problem with it, which I don't blame him because I shouldn't be cussing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And but so that's why I don't really talk about the Bible too much or anything, because if people see you doing anything bad, they start tripping. And that's another thing that kills me with people. Just because you believe in God or you're saved, it does not mean you are sinless. I get sick of people thinking that people are supposed to be perfect. Okay, you're not perfect. You're not God. So please, okay, so stop acting like people who are saved, or if because they go to church or because they can recite some scriptures or something like that, they are sinless. Okay, no one on this planet is free from sin. No one. Okay, so that's why I don't like to really discuss too much Bible type things on my channel. That's right. You are so true. And this is 100% facts right here. Okay. And I know some people don't believe in God and they don't agree with this, but they don't have to. But in the end, they're gonna find out in the end. Trust me. We sure did. And you know what, I honestly believe. See, I don't like talk about certain things because YouTube be tripping. But like if I was talking in my place without being on YouTube, I'd be saying a lot of stuff. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, X-Man Gaming, and I agree with you. I'm gonna leave it at that. It sure is, and this is what messes up a lot of people. That keyword right there, greed. It messes up a lot of people, including a lot of brown people. They just want everything. You know what I'm saying? Right on. No one is perfect. And I know that's right. And that is so true. Everybody, whether you believe in God or not, you have to answer to God. So it really doesn't matter about what color your skin is. Okay. What matters if you are saved and you accept Jesus, if you accept Jesus Christ as your personal savior and you believe that he died on the cross for your sins and you believe it in your heart. That's what matters. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I really don't care what people don't believe. Okay. I really don't. And this is why I don't talk about this subject, because my butt is a strong woman, as y'all probably can tell. And if I believe something, it's just what I believe. Okay, point blank. Okay, and I do believe that you have to be saved. Okay, point blank. I believe that. And I'm not scared to say it, point blank. And no person who is saved, no one that's saved is sinless. No person on this earth is sinless. Everybody commits sins. Okay. And that's why that's why you pray. That's why you ask for forgiveness. You repent and things like that. Some people believe that they don't have to ask for forgiveness because Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. No, 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 no. You still have to ask for forgiveness. Okay. Point blank. But like I said, I'm not going to go into all that because my butt can go on and on about the Bible just as well. Okay. And then I always back everything up by scriptures. Okay. I don't just say stuff, you know. But anyway, like I said, for me, yeah, I like to know about my history or, some of the stuff that I believe is true about brown people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what really matters to me is the other truth that we need to know. Okay. The one that's going to matter in the long run as well as matter now. This is why so many people go through so many things, because they turn their back, and don't believe in God and things like that. And they be doing the most. Okay. So now y'all know I do believe in God. Okay. Point blank. So therefore I do. You're right. That's right. Amen to that, X-Man Gaming. You're right. You're so right about that and stuff. And you got to. You got to have faith in God. Point blank. You definitely do. And like I said before, this is why I don't really concentrate so much on skin tone, and where we're from and all this other stuff. You know, I will talk about it, not on YouTube, but I will talk about it in detail. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe certain things about brown people as a whole, but I'm not going to discuss it on YouTube because, open up a door to other things when you discuss certain things on YouTube, you know. Right. I know what you mean, X-Man Gaming. I honestly don't be caring about stuff like that. But when you have a channel on YouTube, You have to watch certain things that you say and stuff like that, almost like you do on regular TV and stuff, because YouTube itself will take things off. They'll block your channel, your video, whatever the case is, and you have to edit it out. So you have to say things a certain type of way. And then plus, I try not to really offend people. I mean, certain things I will say, you know what I'm saying? But certain things I won't say because I try not to really offend people, you know, in regards to like the brown, black, African American thing. That's what I'm talking about. As far as when it comes to God type stuff, I really don't be caring. Okay. But when it comes to like where we're from and all this other stuff, I try not to offend anyone, with the way that I may think in regards to that subject. That's what I'm trying to say. Because y'all know I do believe, I wish I could say what I want to say, but I don't believe all black people were slaves. Okay. I'll say that. Um, I also believe black people were always here. I'll say that. I think we were a lot of places, point blank. But if you ever look into all that stuff, which I'm sure you have, you know what I'm talking about, and stuff. But as far as Black history, because they do celebrate Black history in the month of February, I think it's still good for us brown people to teach our children, regardless of where we actually came from, about Black history, point blank, because we have done a lot of remarkable things. Okay, put aside slavery stuff. Um, we have done a lot of things that made this world better. Right. Okay, so we have done a lot of things, a lot of inventions, a lot of medical things we have done, stuff in the legal field, stuff regarding civil rights, just a lot of things we have done, even on the farms. Okay, even like the one lady who did the alarms system, the video alarm, not video, what did she do? The alarm system, you know. Um, and what else? Just so much, you know, hair care products. I mean, it's so many black people who have invented stuff. I honestly can't even remember all of them. It's so many, and it's a shame how some schools don't really teach, you know, us about this. You know what I'm saying? In detail, they just tell you about the people that we normally hear about, and that's it. They don't tell you about the rest of them. I mean, I have put up so much stuff. One video I was watching, excuse me, y'all, it was bad. One video I was watching, y'all, was telling us about the black cowboys. But yet you watch cowboy pictures on TV, you don't see no black cowboys. Especially back in the day, you definitely didn't see them. Now you'll see a little bit more because now they starting to show diversity in shows and stuff like that. But it was really black cowboys, and they actually think that term originated from people calling black people cowboys as a form of disrespect. Now this is allegedly, okay? So that's what I saw on another video that I was watching. Because of the boy part and stuff. And then I think back then they used to use the cowboys to do all the work the other cowboys did not, think they should be doing. Put us at the less like always. Make us, clean up the scraps. Just like during slavery time, they used to give black people, the scraps of the food, like the pig feet, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that you can learn, when you read and research and things like that. Or when you know people in different countries, in reality, not just knowing people online. You know what I'm saying? You knowing people for real and they show you stuff. And if you get a chance to visit them, that's even better. But if you don't get a chance to visit them and they're showing you stuff on video when they're at places, that's almost like visiting a place. You learn a lot of stuff like that, because I learned a lot of stuff that I did not know, because the schools were not teaching us this, and social media only shows you, certain things. It's like even over there in Lagos, I never knew that they had really, really nice areas. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at first. Besides Banana Island, they have other areas. So it's a lot of stuff you can learn when you know people in different countries, okay? Just like the Caribbean black people. They don't call themselves African either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got Jamaican friends and stuff. They do not call themselves African. They just call themselves Jamaican. As a matter of fact, I had some of them tell me that they consider themselves more like the blacks in America. Yeah. So it's a trip. And see, even in Africa, they make divisions, like um, certain African people don't like other African people. So it's a trip, you know? And I'm going to just say allegedly, but it is a true fact. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of division, which we shouldn't have. And that's what I'm going to say. We have a lot of division that we should not have in our group of brown people. I don't care where you came from, it should be this division. No other race does this except the brown people, black people. I don't care where you're from. Okay? We still need to work together, because if we start learning how to work together, we may accomplish more. Point blank. And that's what Black history is all about. Learning about Black history and realizing that we made a huge impact on the world. And also learning that we need to be more unified regardless where we came from. Because our skin color say that we are similar. It says that regardless of where you say you're from, regardless if you are light skinned, brown skinned, jet black, dark brown, or whatever you want to call yourself, our skin tones, our features, our characteristics, cultures, and a lot of other stuff says that we are somewhat similar. Point blank. Other than that, guys, I didn't get a chance to go into the thing that I wanted to go into, so I'll do that tomorrow. It's a funny little thing that I'm doing. I will tell you one tidbit of information real quick though, because I thought the person was lying to me, and I looked it up when he had told me that when you brush your teeth, I know you brush your teeth. I know you brush your gums lightly. I know you brush your tongue, but I did not know that you're supposed to brush the roof of your mouth. Okay, I don't know. I just thought the Listerine does all the work. You know what I'm saying? Up at the roof of your mouth, because when you think about it, that area up there looks like it's so delicate. It feels so delicate. I'm like, how the hell are you going to be brushing your toothbrush at the top of your mouth like that? Okay, that's what I was asking myself. And so I went online earlier today and I looked it up. And I looked up, let me show y'all real quick before we get ready to go. I looked up, where is it at? How do you, no, I put, do you supposed to brush your should you brush your the roof of your mouth? Let's see, should you brush the roof of your mouth? And so when I put that into Google said to me, and then I had to research it a little bit more, but Google said you should, it says this is why each time you brush your teeth, you should also brush the roof of your mouth, especially if you detect that there seems to be a film covering it. Now, I have never had a film covering my mouth at the top of my mouth. I mean, point blank. Okay. And they said that film could contain bacteria that you must get rid of to protect your teeth. This was in 2017. Okay. So then I said, let me go look further and see, because that was in 2017. And I remember all the times I go to the dentist, they never emphasize brushing the top of your mouth at all. Even when you look at videos online, it never tell you to brush the roof of your mouth. It just tell you to brush your gums, your teeth, your tongue. It never tells you to go up there at the top. I just have never seen that. Here's an article where they say why so few people brush the roof of their mouths. Okay, and they just had a whole article on there. So now, see, I always thought you may hurt your the top of your mouth if you did that. But yeah, you're supposed to brush all of that. I'm looking at newer articles, and it's telling you the same thing. You're supposed to brush the top of your mouth, point blank. And I started doing mine when the person told me, that he was telling me you should brush that part of your mouth too. And I thought it was going to hurt. And I actually tried it and it didn't hurt. But I'm still shocked to find that out. And I just thought that's one of the information that I wanted to tell you guys, along with a bunch of other stuff that's like kind of weird. And you would have never guessed that you're supposed to do this. Okay. So yeah, this is something that I was like, wow, really? So let's see what this article say. So here we go right here. Let me tell y'all this real quick before I get ready to go. Okay. So they said, wait. Let's see. These people act like they talking about sex or something. Damn. Trying to see what they're talking about, brushing the roof of your mouth. I mean, now I'm gonna see if they're telling you in this article right here. Cause see, they're telling you how to brush your teeth. I'm gonna see if they're gonna say that. Okay, they said, okay, so you know the brushing between your teeth and all this other stuff. Let me see if they're gonna tell you that. Okay, so see, when they are telling you in articles and stuff how to brush your teeth, hey, they never mention to brush the top of your mouth. And I knew I was right. They never tell you to do that. Okay? Never. They always focus on brushing your teeth, brushing your gums, and brushing your tongue. They never emphasize doing the top of your mouth at all. And I'm looking at a bunch of these articles right now, y'all, and I still don't see anyone showing you how to do this. No one. They are still saying the same thing. They even tell you to brush the top surfaces of your teeth. Brush your tongue. Look. Now see, look. This is something new to me. They say brush the inside of your cheeks. Okay? So this one right here says, number 8, brush the tongue in the inside of your cheeks. And then it says, brush the roof of your mouth in the inside of your cheeks, because it can also hold onto plaque, food particles, and bacteria. Okay, now I'm thinking all this time that once you brush your teeth and your tongue and your gums, and you do that. Once you use the Listerine and you hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds, and then you spit it out, then you put some more Listerine in there, then you do another 30 seconds and swish it around. I'm thinking that it's killing all the bacteria that's in the roof of your mouth that's on your cheeks. I would have never thought to brush the cheeks. And then, too, because your cheeks are kind of delicate, right? So when you brush over there, you can't be brushing all hard. You got to do it very softly. Well, they say it right here to do it gently. They say do it with a gentle circular motion. Brush your tongue, the inside of your cheeks, and the roof of your mouth. Point blank. So now you guys heard it. That's one little tidbit of information. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. I know some people may know about the roof of the mouth, but I bet you a lot of people don't brush their cheeks. I just know they don't. Because anytime you look up videos online and they show you the proper way to brush your teeth, They never, y'all, they never show you to brush your daggone cheeks. Okay, show me a video that does that. And certainly they don't be telling you to brush up your daggone roof of your mouth. Okay, so now we have to go back and teach our kids the proper way to brush their teeth. They need to brush their teeth counterclockwise, I think. And then, let's see, brush their teeth. Let's see, you brush them all differently too. That's another thing. This is weird. I mean, I already knew this, okay? So let's see. So you got to wet your toothbrush with water, and then you apply a thin strip of toothpaste. Okay. Okay. So then they say start in the back first with your upper molars or your back teeth on one side of your mouth and work in a clockwise direction. They tell you to point the bristles toward the gum line at a 45-degree angle. Brush using short circular motions for 20 seconds each teeth. Now, you know good and damn well, let's keep this real. Nobody, you can't show me one person, and I know you're not going to show me one person who is going to do all this when they brushing their teeth in the morning and at nighttime. They're just not going to be doing all this. Now, some people probably do it, but a lot of people probably don't. Now, I do, I'm not going to lie, I do brush my teeth somewhat like they just said. Okay, except I did not know you're supposed to brush your cheeks in the roof of your mouth. Okay, so I have just added that to that. Now today I'm going to add the cheeks to it too. Okay, because that's crazy. I mean, in this article, they're telling you exactly how to brush your teeth, and I know no one is going to do this. Okay, then they say after 20 seconds, roll the brush head away from the gum line so the bristles sweep the surface of the tooth, removing plaque and food particles in the process. Now, you know ain't nobody going to be doing all this. Then they tell you to continue to work clockwise direction, doing the lower molars, and then repeat steps 2 and 3 for the inside surfaces of the upper and lower molars. A lot of people don't even know what molars are, okay? Let's keep it real. Then you're going to brush behind the upper front teeth. Some people don't even do that, y'all. Some people don't take their toothbrush and brush on the inside of their teeth, okay? And definitely not at the bottom ones like this. Toothbrushing is harder than what it looks. And now they tell you, you know what? They tell you to brush the top, the biting surfaces of the upper and lower premolars and molars using a circular motion. So you got to brush on top of the teeth as well. Then they tell you to brush the tongue and the inside of the cheeks, and then the roof of the mouth. And you do it with a gentle circular motion you brush your tongue, your cheeks, and the roof of your mouth. I'm not gonna lie, when I be brushing my tongue, I be brushing it kind of hard because I use a very soft toothbrush. Yeah. And then they say finish up with the rinse. And don't forget the floss. But you know what? You can do all this brushing your teeth all day long, guys, and you can even follow these steps they tell you to follow. But if your ass don't go to a dentist, you messing up big time, okay? Because along with brushing your teeth properly, you definitely need to go to the dentist, okay? Because that toothbrush can do some things, but it's not going to do everything, okay? So definitely follow everything up with that proper dental visit and get your teeth professionally cleaned, and checked out and x-rayed so you can make sure you keep them teeth and they are very healthy, all right? And make sure you brush them teeth at least twice a day, okay? And when you eat stuff, you need to rinse your mouth out because people be doing all this brushing their tongue and brushing everything else, but when they eat, they don't rinse their mouth out. Not just candy causes tooth decay and stuff, but food can too. You know what I'm saying? And any type of drinks can. Okay, so therefore, that's why they tell you to rinse your mouth out with some warm water if you can't brush your teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible to brush your teeth after everything you eat. So it's easier just to go get water, swish it around in your mouth, and just spit it out. At least that can help somewhat. You know what I'm saying? So, but they got a lot of steps on this toothbrushing though. But yeah, make sure you go to the dentist and definitely floss. Us flossing plays a huge role. You know what I'm saying? And keeping healthy teeth and gums and a healthy tongue in cheeks and roof of your mouth. But anyway, tomorrow, guys, we're gonna go more into that stuff right there so we can laugh because they got some weird stuff on this list. That's what we'll do tomorrow night seven between 7:15 to 7:30. I'll be on time because I'm just going to work tomorrow and that's it. Nothing else. But anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. I'm getting ready to do roll call. We're getting ready to get out of here. Let's go ahead and go through this real quick. Let me say, I wonder where Alicia is. Let me say thank you to Brittany, whoever that is. Thank you for stopping by a long time ago. Um, LR Brittany. Okay. This makes me go. This right here makes me go. Okay. I want to say thank you to Missy. Thank you for coming in, like always, showing your support. Thank you, Laura, for coming in, showing your support as well. Hey. And thank you, X-Men Gaming. Thank you for all of your input tonight and coming in, showing support as well. All right. Let's see who else. All right, y'all. And I want to just say good night to everybody. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Also, hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. And everything in this video is allegedly, okay? You know, the stuff about Black history and stuff is allegedly. And anything else that I tell you in this video is allegedly, unless I tell you it's true 100% facts. Those news articles, though, with exception to one, are 100% facts, okay? And they all came from different sources on news break, you know, like CNN and places like, and people like, not people, but organizations like that, okay? The websites that I just, not websites, but the Black History channels, the channels that drop the Black History information. I know some of that is factual, but some of it could be allegedly. Let me just put it like that, okay? Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I had a good conversation and some good stuff people were saying, okay? Oh, man, y'all, I'm getting ready to go to bed because I'm kind of tired. I'm actually not getting ready to go to bed, but I'm getting ready to go ahead and do what I need to do, put up all my stuff, and get off this computer, all right? Let me go ahead and take this off here real quick, y'all. Let me stop that screen real quick. All right. And let me put this up here like always. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And y'all have a good night. All right. And to the person who like to copy off my topics and talk about the same thing that I talk about, stop doing that and think about your own stuff, please. Please. Goodness.